it's gone quickly. Alright, so we've got it reduced down fairly well. That's what it looks like. And all I'm going to do here is I'm going to put it aside in this container. Just like that now. Okay, so that's actually closer to a cup. But that's okay. We're still going to use it. And that's fine. Alright, so I'm going to take that, set that aside, and now it's time to add our dairy. So while the pan's off the heat, I'm going to put the dairy in. The reason why I took the pan off the heat before I added my early dairy is because I didn't want to scorch anything. Scorched dairy sucks. So that's how we do that. Just like that. You'll note that I didn't even bother cleaning out the pan. Why not? We need all the flavor we can get. So I'm going to bring this up to a temperature because we never add anything to cold dairy. It just won't mix, it just won't blend. We got to get this dairy up to temperature. Alright, now we're going to start adding our dry ingredients. Remember, we do it a bit at a time so that it doesn't clump up on us and cause problems. Now, if you start to see little clumps here and there, don't worry about it. Just keep mixing, just keep whisking. You don't have to whip it hard. Eventually you'll be able to get all that incorporated. Just take some time. Be patient with it. If it starts to get too hot, that's not a problem. Just take it off the heat, reduce the heat if necessary. It's okay. Alright, so I've got my dry in there, my sugar and my non-fat dry milk. And so now I am going to add my cream cheese and sour cream. And I've already diced this into small little blocks. And by the way, I did leave this sit out for a couple hours so that it would be pretty close to room temperature. This way it'll actually melt faster and it won't mess with the temperature of the dairy itself, because let's face it, I don't want to cool it off and heat it up and cool it off and heat it up. I just want to get the stuff in there. And that's really all I do. Got that, and then we'll whisk it in. Now I've had to turn the temp down on this because you notice it's starting to maybe foam a little bit, and that's not good. We don't want that. So what I've done is I've turned the heat down because it is warm. Actually, it's hot. So it's at the temp we need. Now we just got to get everything incorporated. Alright, so the cream cheese has been melted and incorporated in. Now we're going to add our 4 ounces of the sour cream. Now I'm using full fat sour cream. I'm not using the diet stuff. Don't use the diet stuff. You want that butter fat, okay? You want the dairy fat in this. You need that because that's the flavor, and also you don't want to screw around with the artificial stuff they put in there to make it non-fat. I don't trust it. So I just use the regular stuff. And by the way, I've turned the heat off on this because it was getting too hot and I don't want to cook out as much moisture as it was starting to do. Okay, so now I've got all that incorporated. It's going to go in here. Next, we are going to bring in our wine that we reduced. Isn't that beautiful? Just a beautiful red wine. Get that whisked in. And then we put in our fruit puree, 2 cups. Honestly, like I said, it's a mix of berries, so you can go ahead and use your own mix if you want. I mean, if you want to add more blueberries and less strawberries, go for it. If you've got access to some raspberries, go for it. Really, it's up to you. You can mix whatever berry you want. For me, I found a great deal on strawberries. I had some raspberries in the freezer, and I had some blueberries to use up. And so that's what I did. You can go with whatever works for you. You can use straight strawberries if you want. You can use straight blueberries too. So if you don't want to mix them up, you don't have to. Whatever works for you, go for it. And actually, I think I'm going to add more fruit in this. We'll say 2.5 cups of carefully measured fruit. It ain't rocket science, it's alchemy. So we're going to leave this in the refrigerator overnight. We're going to have plastic over the top. And then tomorrow we'll put this in our ice cream maker.